vision that will shape the future of a country lies in the hands of the youth in each generation. Young people matter. They matter now, they matter to our future. Every nation should be passionate about creating a great society that is positive for the young people to flourish. The African youth, compared to their counterparts in the developed world, is lagging behind, simply because their society in the developed world takes the whole responsibility in ensuring that their youths do flourish. Our youth from early on in Nigeria must be engaged in nation building to start seeing themselves as a social group of a bigger society, building cohesion, economic prosperity, political stability in an inclusive and democratic way. So it's important that we start protecting our youth's interests and find creative solutions to issues facing the Nigerian nation, its components, while also laying good governance as precedents for young generations to emulate. All of this encompassing, in addition to a recent survey that stipulates that the Nigerian youth, a statistical 97%, say that they are lost in their direction for a life of their own. They're not even sure what exactly they're meant to be doing as a young person. Many of them go to school, go through the motions only to graduate, but when you ask them if they're really sure of what the future holds and their role, they aren't sure. 99% of them say they would like to have a hub, a place where they could go, speak to someone and be mentored over time in making career decisions or even personal decisions.
This is a beginning of a new thing that we hope that will start happening. We looking at our youth, we believe that they are, as a popular saying, that they are the leaders of tomorrow. A lot of them have a lot of potential, but because of the peculiar situation that we have, the unemployment, a lot of inability to exhibit the talent that they have, because the climate environment is not the environment is not conducive enough for them to be able to use that. So we fear that we cannot just allow them to waste away. That there is need for us to bring them together to form a kind of an effectiveness club, whereby it becomes a dream room, whereby ideas can be brought to the table, and the youth of like mind can look at this and begin to see how they can transform this dream into a reality, how this dream can go beyond themselves, affect and make a positive contribution.
It is therefore not surprising that some organizations with youth at heart came together to deliberate on how to resolve this issue once and for all. The organization's Limitless Generation Project, headed by Mrs. Dolapo Sanusi Ola, Development Animation Program, Mr. Felix Obanabi, and Arise Nigerian Women's Youth of Our Lives, headed by Ms. Abimbola Junai, came together at a workshop to talk about those issues under the topic Youth and Youthfulness, a Paradigm Shift in the 21st Century. The program had several other subtopics, and by the end of the day, they had learned many things.
The three organizations are DAP, which is Development Animation Program, Arise Nigerian Women Foundation, the youth aspect called Youth of Our Lives, and the third is LPG, which is Limitless Generation Project. You can see that from what these three organizations start, we're thinking about the future. Our youth are our future. If we don't start giving back to them now, we'll have ourselves to blame. So I think passion cuts across the three organizations, and we've seen where the society needs to be going. It's not just to give youth skills, it's about making them a value-based young people. So that is why we've come together. And at times like this, I would really, really recommend partnerships, because one organization does not have monotony of knowledge. From different aspects, the youth will benefit more, and life is like that. you find that there are different aspects to life. Nobody can live in isolation. I think I'm beginning to read my slides.
The first presentation was done by LGP, Limitless Generation Project, and this topic, Goals and Goal Setting Towards Achieving a Successful Life, was taken by Mrs. Olapo. This segment was aimed at ensuring that the younger generation understood perfectly what their life was all about, that they're meant to set goals that they are going to achieve in life.
The name of the organization is Limitless Generation Project, LGP, and it was born out of a vision of working with a lot of young people. So for the past 10 years or so, I had to work with a lot of young people because helping them to fulfill their dreams, really. So what I found out with a lot of young people is, in as much as they know what they want to do, they always need direction, and they always need motivation, and then a lot of times they actually need encouragement to actually get there. So what I spend a lot of my time doing is asking the young people. My first question to a lot of young people is, what do you see yourself doing? Forget about financial challenges, forget about any challenge that you think, because when you ask a lot of people that, what do you see yourself doing, the first thing that comes to their head is they think about the challenges that they're facing, or the things that they think that they already know that will stop them from getting there. But my question is always that, forget all of those things. What do you see yourself doing? That's always my question. And what I try to help them to do is to get there. The challenges are there, but what you can actually do to actually overcome those challenges. And like I say to a lot of young people that I work with, there are different routes to get into where you want to get to, right? If one route is going to be hard for you due to some challenges, what other routes can you actually take to get there?
Going through the exercise with them and answering their questions, Mrs. Olapo was able to impart on the young people the purpose and the essence of always setting goals and measuring the outcome of their goals as regularly as possible. One of the exercises at the program entailed that the youth come up with a goal for 2015. The second presentation was done by Mr. Bimbola Junaid of Arise Nigerian Women Foundation and its sub-organization Youth of Our Lives. She took the younger generation on the topic, We Are the Ones We've Been Waiting For, towards an inclusive society. This topic is to enlighten the younger generations that they have the responsibility to form a social cohesion society as they grow and go along in the mainstream society. It wouldn't be in far distance when they become leaders of parastatals or find themselves in government or even working in various organizations. She says that when the society does not think of the excluded groups such as people living with disabilities, vulnerable women and girls, that the society would pay hard. It is important they understood the notion of inclusion. And at the end of it, a guest in the house, Mr. Razak Adekoya, an entrepreneur, a business person, was able to share with the young people his own vision of an entrepreneur as a living blind man in Lagos, Nigeria. Mr. Razak's talk was so emotional, but yet so inspirational, that at the end of the program, it wasn't surprising at all that the young generation did say they had become better people from learning and seeing a visually impaired person doing so great with his life. They now understand that disability doesn't necessarily mean without abilities. In fact, disability equals these abilities.
That particular man you talked about in the video sits down, looked at one day, the plane will crash, and the next thing he needed to do was to design the black box. When he designed the black box, he knew when the plane crashed, the black box would be what would be and for him to see. The so-called man who has designed the life jacket knew that one day, no matter how perfect man will be, the so-called gold will sink one day. And the next thing you can do is to give life jacket for you to safeguard yourself. And these are two categories of people. Some are problem solvers. It is when the challenge happens, before they start thinking of what to do. Some are problem inhibitors. They try and see ahead what are the challenges that will happen. So anything you want to do, I can see Mrs. Ola who has delivered great lecture while I was sitting down. challenge will always come. Your ability to foresee that challenge before it comes and have a particular solution towards it will make you a better person in life. Today we need to start changing our mentality. That mentality is what has to grow. Because remember, Isola was saying something about the talent the other time. I wrote one thing about at the time that I drew great cycle. The first cycle was the biggest one. The second cycle was smallest, and the third cycle was smaller than the other two ones. The first cycle I call it set of ability, and that is the talent that comes to you. The second one is a set of knowledge, that is the skills. Now, a man with the skills is far better than a man with the talent. Now, the third one is a set of purpose, and that set of purpose is what you need to. Now, why did I mention the attitude of set of knowledge? If you don't grow mentally, academically, exposure, social-wise, you will not move beyond the level in which you are.
And the last segment of the workshop, a call for paradigm shift, awaken the entrepreneur in this new age, was taken by Mr. Felix Obanabi of Development Animation Program. He talked extensively about a hub, a place, a visionary center where the young people are free to dream as much as they can and to begin to explore the possibilities without hindering or stopping them with time limitations, which is often the case in the real society. We talked about this room being a place where the young people can begin to think in ways more than one. And having one another there can also help in shaping and bringing to realizations these dreams of theirs.
And what is our mission? To create a first-class world e-club dream room of world of system thinker for awakening that brings about paradigm shift within every youth who wishes to go into wealth creation for themselves through value reorientation and entrepreneurial youth. That is the platform we want to create.
At the end of the program, the younger people in attendance felt opportune and privileged to have been the chosen ones to have attended this program. They said it did answer some questions about who they are, what they want to become, and how they can go about it. They really felt that this program should be rolled out as a national policy and program.
We were taught how to set goals, the different kind of goals, and how to choose your mentor.
So how will you rate the performance of our facilitators?
I'll say 10.
Every one of them?
Yes, because they all taught us from their experience, from what they have seen, and I'll say 10.
I learned how to discover myself, to know what is the mean, and bring it out to the society.
And how will you rate the performance of our facilitators? So how will you say they have performed today?
They perform very well.
I learned we should not keep things on ourselves alone. We should share it with others.
We should share with others. So how will you rate the performance of our facilitators here today?
Excellent.
Excellent.
90%.
I just like to say that in life, in whatever it is you decide to do, there are always challenges. Most times the situation does not encourage you at all. But despite those challenges, you have to sit down and determine in your mind that, okay, this is where I'm going. This is why I want to do this. When you have those facts pinned down, then whatever the challenges, when they come up, you just keep pushing forward because you know where you're going to.
Well, you've heard it all. We are hoping that you listening will also feel the same way and find out how to join and partner with us to make this a continuous experience for our younger generation.
This is the work we do, living for God in spirit and truth. So let's stand up, stand tall, praise God in all you say and all you do. Be a living hallelujah. Stand up, stand strong, sing out a song of praise, confirmation. The Spirit's working